stays. Every class is special. But the class you come in with is maybe just a touch a little bit more special than the rest of them outside of your kids' class.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I've said before.
It was for me anyway.
Yeah, but each class is unique and each kid is its own, and you appreciate, especially the ones that go through 4 years and you know that they really have maxed out for you. And like we've talked all year long about Alec Holland, I mean, goodness grief, all the things that he's got to do with this knee. I mean, but all these guys have hung in there and all year long with Coach, and nice that they're starting together and hope they play well tonight.
Yep. So Triton wins the tip. Rochester starts in a man-to-man defense. Looks like a 2-3 zone almost, doesn't it? Anderson for three. Left baseline is good. So 15 seconds in, Triton strikes first with a three-pointer from the left side of the floor, and they're up 3-0.
Triton going in extended 1-3-1.
Rochester with it across the timeline. Abbott bounce pass near side to Knotts. AJ holds with the basketball above his head. Now on the left wing, high on the left side to Holland. Alec bounce pass around the defense to Abbott, right side of the floor. To Knotts in the lane. Rises up from 10 feet. AJ misses a shot. Rebound fault forward. It's going to be out of bounds. Last touch by Triton. And it'll stay with the Zebras baseline left.
This is a defense Triton ran a lot with Mason's older brother, Clay, who's playing.
He was fair.
Yeah. Spent a little time at Valpo. Now he's at Bethel.
Yep.
Doing really well there. They ran a lot of extended 1-3-1 with Clay at the top, and little brother Mason's there now as they switch now to more of a man-to-man.
Clay was a little longer than Mason.
Yep.
Minute gone in the first quarter. Triton up 3-0. Rochester with it basketball, top of the key. Abbott with the basketball, dribbles left of the once. Now to Holland, left wing three on the way for the Zebras is short. And the rebound to Anderson and Triton. The Trojans running to our right in their road blues. Gives to Kreft, left wing pass to Yo. Three on the way is no good. And now we're going to have a foul down low. Is that going to be on Johnson or is that going to be on Rochester?
I think that
what?
Something the Zebras cannot afford is to get Gavin Bennett in foul trouble. He battled foul trouble last game. That's his first.
Yeah. So that foul against Gavin Bennett, and then the entry pass or the inbounds pass is thrown out of bounds, so it'll go back to Rochester with Triton up 3-0.
Triton going to put a little, at least some pressure, keep two guards up. I don't know if this is an extended 2-3. It sets up kind of a 1-3-1-ish, but they may just be matching up with guards.
Kreft and Anderson not tall, not very tall, but boy, they are quick and they have a lot of basketball smarts.
Yep.
Holland, left elbow, down low to Bennett, backs his way in. Gavin against the double team and the triple team and steps out of bounds. Triton going to get it back. 6.5 to play, first quarter. Rochester trails the Triton Trojans 3-0. And Triton in their royal blues will go to all right. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. Last home game of the regular season will be on Saturday here with Culver Academy. That's a 6 o'clock JV tip. 6 o'clock JV tip. I know once upon a time that was slated for an afternoon game twice.
Yeah.
And now they've moved that back to a 6 o'clock start. Yo, down low to Johnson, and Johnson's going to be fouled in the paint by the Rochester Zebras. I believe Wilson Lee is going to be whistled for that foul. It'll stay with Triton baseline right.
A couple different Zebras to choose from. Brett was in there as well, but yeah, you're right. They're going to give it to Wilson Lee, his first team second.
So Kreft will look to inbound it underneath their zone basket, baseline right. Kreft looking to get it in, and gives to a cutting Yo. The reverse layup is no good. Ball tipped around. Johnson comes out of there with it. He puts it back over the front of the rim, and it's good, and it's 5-0.
Zebras going to have to do a good job covering those boards as well. That's quickness coming. It's not big guys, but it's a very quick Triton team that's going to hit the offensive boards extremely hard.
Does pulling on down on the net affect the shot? I mean, could that have been whistled a goaltend?
Could.
Gavin Lee, reverse layup, blocked from behind by Yo. Gets his own rebound over the top now to Wilson Lee. Now left side to Abbott, back to Lee on the right wing. Lee, middle of the floor, bounce pass left side to Abbott. Now the corner to Holland. Alec cut off by the defense, and Triton knocks the basketball out of bounds. It'll stay with the Rochester baseline left.
You know, it is called basket interference. It's not just called rim interference.
Okay.
Net interference. Anything that would impede a basket.
I'm surprised that wasn't called on the other end then.
Maybe the referees did not impact the shot. I guess maybe they deem it has to.
So Knotts at the volleyball line, top of the key. Hands off to Holland, who works in the center circle for the Zebras, going to our left. 5.5 to play first quarter. Triton up 5-0. Lee gets it back from Bennett, who hands off to Abbott. Back to Knotts. A.J. Knotts has his pass Nope, I thought it was tipped out of bounds, but A.J. just threw it out of bounds. It'll go back to Triton. 5:15 to play in the first quarter. Trojans up 5-0, and Coach Reinhold now will go to the bench quickly as Ben Perez and Jordan Reinhold will take off their warm-ups and go to the scorer's table. Yo, left side to Anderson. Anderson against Holland, top to Yo. Yo against A.J. Knotts, gets a pick, works right side, dump pass down low to Johnson. He rises up and lays it over the front of the rim for two, and it's 7-0.
I think you had to thought about dunking it.
I think you're right.
Excellent execution of a screen and roll there.
Ball's taken away by Triton. Anderson, top of the key. Anderson dribbles his way through traffic, throws it in the backcourt. It's tipped out of bounds, and it should go back to Triton at will.
You're going to get, well, I was going to say the regular starting lineup, but no. Ben and Jordan are in. A.J. and Wilson will be out.
4:40 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 Triton. They've got the basketball going to our right. And Bailey gets it in to Kreft. Kreft works left elbow to Johnson. Johnson, the 6'6" junior for Triton, outside to Bailey. Bailey at the free throw line. Now to Anderson on the right side. Anderson to the basketball against Holland. Fakes right, goes left, out to Yo. Long three for the Triton. Is an air ball, but an offensive rebound. Oh, but Bailey steps out of bounds. They go back to Rochester.
This would be an interesting matchup for the Zebras. You know, Bennett and Ben are pretty athletic, and Triton's bigs are pretty athletic as well. I'm not sure if Bennett's going to be able to clamp down on the post and post up all night long. Triton's going to dig down and double down on him and try to put bodies around him, but they're also going to try to press and trap the Zebras and not let them get comfortable and just be able to post it down to Gavin whenever they want.
If you can't get to the big man, it's tough to get to pass it if guards are having trouble getting it up the floor. Bennett on the left wing. Rochester down 7-0. 4 to play in the first quarter. Abbott gets instruction from the bench. Sends left side to Reinhold. Back to Abbott. 3, right wing for the Zebras. Is in out, no good. Rebound ripped away by Yo. Yo rips and runs for the Trojans. Now slows up, crosses the timeline left, hesitates. Now accelerates around the defense. Right-handed layup is good, and it's 9-0. Timeout, Rochester. It's a 30. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI. Welcome back to Rochester High School. Rochester, after their 32nd timeout, had the basketball going to our left, down 9-0 with 3:39 to play. In the first quarter, Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman.
We've already seen about 4 different defenses from Triton, really mixing up their looks. They're back to the 1-3-1 now, which is just getting the Zebras kind of uncomfortable and taking them a while to get into their sets. And then on the other end, they're not making their shots, so Triton's getting into an excellent transition game down the floor in a hurry.
And if they're not making them, they're getting the offensive rebound. Bennett in the lane, Liner rises up and puts it off the glass for 2. And now it's 9-2. Rochester stops that Triton 9-0 run here with 3:10 to play in the first quarter. High on the left side is Anderson. Anderson to Yo, top of the key against Reinhold. Right side to Martin, who's in the basketball game for the first time, to Yo. Left side to Flaner. Flaner drives the left baseline. Cut off by the defense, steps out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Rochester.
Had our share of turnovers here already these first few minutes. 3 on the Zebras, 2 on the Trojans. Jordan going to run the point a little bit here now for the Zebras and see if they'll try to get Alec off the wing, try to set some screens and get him the ball, knock down some jumpers.
2:45 to play first quarter, 9-2. Reinhold high on the left side for the Zebras, back to Abbott on the right wing. Brett with the basketball against the man-to-man defense, drives it right around the defense, loses the handle of the baseline, and his pass tries to go over the top, picked off by Triton. And Pitney runs to our right, middle of the floor, out to Yo. Wide open 3, left baseline on the way, is off the back of the iron, no good. Ben Perez rises up, grabs the board, now to Reinhold. Jordan with the basketball, pushes up the floor to the Holland. He'll fire a 3, left wing. It's short, and the rebound to Triton. Now quickly to Martin. Gives to Pitney on the right wing. Pitney right in front of the Rochester bench to Yo to Anderson. He'll fire away straight away is good for three. Wide open was Anderson, and he put it down for three. And now Triton up by 10 at 12-2. Holland fakes a three, steps back, right wing. Now three is off the back of the iron, no good. And the ball is tipped out of bounds by Pitney. It will stay with Rochester baseline left.
Tricky kind of scenario for the Zebras. You know, Triton's defense is so good, the Zebras are struggling in their half court, so you're trying to push it in transition. But if you're not knocking down quick, if you're not taking quick shots, but you're not knocking them down, you're playing right into Triton's hands.
Yeah.
And, you know, we've said all year long, the Zebras are pretty good when they're able to slow the game down and run offense. Right now they're not doing that, but they're also not knocking down shots.
Rochester gets the inbound pass to Perez. He rises up, fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
I think that's the key to Zebras' success, working inside out. You know, whether it's a post feed or a drive, try to get that Triton zone to collapse, or the defense to collapse, and get some post feeds or get some drives to loosen up the outside game.
Yes, I agree. Ben Perez with two. First one for the juniors, no good. I'll have one more. Knott's back in. Holland to come out.
Another good sign for the Zebras to get to the free throw line in the first quarter. We've seen the last few games, a couple games they didn't. Well, Southwood, they never got to the line. In the last few games, they've only been able to manage a few free throws each game.
Second one is good this time by Perez. It's 12-3.
4 free throws against Wabash, 6 free throws against John Glenn. They've already, they got 2 free throws here already in the first quarter.
Anderson on the right wing against the man-to-man defense. In the corner, down low to Yo. He rises up for two. Yo, nobody playing on defense on him, and he put it in for an easy two.
Yeah, it's a tough matchup. He's shown the ability to knock down shots. He's driving. That time he's posting up. Really a multi-dimensional athlete.
So Rochester down 14-3. Wilson Lee in the lane, the right side out to Reinhold. Back to Lee behind the arc. Then to Bennett. Bennett a couple of dribbles to his left to Reinhold. Jordan on the wing pulls up from 19 feet. It's no good. Rebound fought for, and somehow Yo comes out of there with it. Yo then pushes for the Trojans. A minute to play in the first quarter. 14-3. His lean in the lane, no good, but a foul coming on Jordan Reinhold. That's going to send Yo to the line to shoot two for Triton.
Jordan's first, team third. Good look by Jordan down at the other end. He just floated down a little bit too much. You know, he's kind of floating to the right and off balance, and he missed it off short and to the right.
So Bailey will come back in after the first free throw by Yo. A minute 2 to play, first quarter. Triton up by 11. Yo's free throw is no good, rattles out, and he'll have one more. Actually, Bailey will come in for Yo if he hits this one. Minute to play. Minute to play in the first quarter. Triton up 14-3. And Flinner back in for Triton as Anderson comes out. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. Yo with one more for Triton, looking to push this lead to 12. He does not. Rebound fought for. Triton comes out of there with it. Pitney on the right wing. Top of the key now to Kreft. Back to Pitney. Down low to Johnson. Johnson on the right block against a double team. Over the top to Pitney on the right wing. Top of the key to Kreft. Now left side to Yo. Yo to Johnson. To Flinner on the left baseline. Now to Yo high on the left. And make that to Johnson high on the left side. To Yo. Back to Flinner on the left wing. It gets a pick from Johnson. Works top of the key. Right side to Kreft. Now to Yo on the right wing. Yo behind the arc. Rochester in a 2-3 zone. Down low to Johnson on the right baseline. Johnson gets a double team. Loses it out of bounds. You're going to say last touch by Perez. It'll stay with Triton baseline right.
Yeah, Zebras in extended 2-3 zone, but, you know, really, especially with an 11-point lead, Triton's in no hurry to move the ball around and try to get the last shot of the quarter.
Yep.
If they get in a layup or an open three, maybe, but really crisp, sharp passing by the Trojans against this zone.
25 seconds to play, first quarter. Triton up 14-3. Inbounds comes into Pitney. Works top of the key to Anderson with 20. Back now to Kreft, who stands in the center circle with 18. Drifts to his left with 15. Bounce pass to Bailey with 13. Bailey behind the arc, left wing, hands off to Kreft with 10. Kreft picks up his dribble, gives to Anderson. Nice hands by the big man. Outside to Anderson with 6. Anderson out to Kreft with 4. Kreft drives, floater on the way is no good. Put back by Bailey is going to be waved off at the buzzer. After one, Triton leads 14-3. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Dear fans, please make sure you go to the mini basketball so we don't keep play. Please. And thank you. Third quarter, Zebra basketball.
Going to the second quarter here at Rochester High School. Triton leading 14-3. Zach Deshawn in the basketball game for the first time tonight. And Deshawn against a double team, a long double team, by the way. Down the low to Wilson Lee. He has a shot blocked by Johnson. Picked up by Anderson. Triton runs to our right. No look pass to Yo. Yo drives to his right. Jump pass over the top to Kraft on the right wing. In the corner or in the middle of the floor to Johnson. And he puts it in from 15 feet. And it's 16-3.
Just really impressed. Triton has a good idea and concept of spacing and moving the ball, and they're just not forcing it to any one player, but they're doing a really good job that time against man-to-man and just recognizing the matchups they want to get to. Ben
Perez over the top to Reinhold. Jordan in the paint. Kicks it out to Deshawn. 3 right wing for the Zebras. Is good as it rattles in. Zach Deshawn coming off a 15-point performance in the JV game has his first 3 of the varsity contest. On the other end, Kret for 3 answers. Nope, I'm sorry, Anderson stays.
He's got 9.
19-6. You know what makes Triton so good, in my opinion, is they look like they have arms that never quit. I mean, they're so long.
Yeah, good athletes with long arms and, you know, like you said, a basketball savviness that they understand exactly what they want to do and how they want to do it.
Holland, wraparound pass to Deshawn, high on the left side. Zach Deshawn against Yo. Bounce pass back to Holland. Quick 3 left wing for the Zebras. It's good. Alec Holland hits his first 3 of the night, and it's 19-9. Quickly up the floor, the Trojans.
Really important for the Zebras to stay within this 10-point range here in this first half.
Yes.
Psychologically as well as for their offense to continue to flow.
In rhythm, Anderson hits another one to make it 22-9.
Yeah, it's 4-3. We've seen that as a problem, giving up the 3-point shot, and that young man's got 4.
Holland's floater is off the mark, no good. Rebound to the defense. Anderson has a really quick and
yes,
quick catch and release. Yo, floater in the lane is in for 2. And it's 24-9.
Yo has 6. One thing about Anderson, if you see him on the perimeter, his knees are bent. He's showing his hands. He's ready for the ball at any time. So that also helps with his quick release.
Good video for the youngsters to watch. I know we've talked a lot about that in my house. 3 for Reinhold, right wing is short. Ben Perez the rebound, the putback, and before the shot, I think we're going to have a foul on the floor. It'll be out of bounds to Rochester.
So you and Kennedy breaking down some Steph Curry about stepping into the 3-point shot, getting your hands ready to catch
More
the
like
shoot?
me and Maya.
Oh, okay. That's good, too.
Kennedy and I were going over not throwing the ball at the basket instead of just shooting it. 5.5 to play in the first half, 24-9. Triton with the basketball. I'm sorry, Rochester with the basketball, baseline right. Holland in the corner, right corner, dribbles to his left, gives to Wilson Lee, throws up a shot from 15, no good. Pitney grabs the board above the rim and runs for Triton to our right. Left corner to Bailey. Bailey looking for Johnson on the block, can't get it to him, but has Anderson top of the key. Anderson left of the circle, works to the left wing now. Steps back around Holland, drives it to the right side, out to Pitney. Behind the arc on the right wing, down to Johnson. In the corner to Anderson. Quick 3, right baseline, no good. And the rebound fought for, going to be knocked out of bounds by Anderson, and it's going to go back to Rochester. Brett Abbott will come back in. Wilson Lee will come out. 5 to play in the first half.
Might be the quickest release we've seen this year.
I was just thinking if we had seen a quicker one.
We didn't do the game, but the Jennings kid from Logan, watching that one, that's another quick release. But, yeah, and it's all in the preparation of the shot. The way his knees are bent, showing his hands, he's ready to step into the shot on the catch, not catching it and then trying to set up a shot. There's a big difference.
4:55 to play, first half, 24-9. Triton leads. Rochester the basketball going to our left. Abbott backs his way in. Now out to Perez, quickly to Deshawn. Deshawn back to Reinhold on the right wing. Jordan, a couple of dribbles to his right against Anderson. Top to Abbott. Abbott to the right elbow. Stops, pops, short. Rebound to Pitney, who gives out to Anderson. Triton running hard to our right. Anderson just explodes the basket. And then on the travel, Martin's going to give it back to Rochester. Boy, he was fast coming down the floor. Then he looked like he had another gear. He just bang, went to the hole.
Yeah, didn't look to see the breakdown of juniors and seniors are on the Triton roster, but man, they just play like a veteran group.
Yeah. Anderson is fortunately a senior for Rochester again. Fortunately for Rochester, I should say, he's a senior. Deshawn to Reinhold, back to Deshawn high on the right side. 4:15 to play first half. Holland, jumper from 15 feet, no good. Ben Perez put back is no good. Pitney another board. Boy, that kid's athletic, and he can jump. He's only about 6 foot, but he plays well above the rim. He's going to be fouled on the shot by Ben Perez, who was just standing there.
Whoa.
That's exactly what Coach Reinhold's saying. How can that be a foul on my guy? He was just standing there.
Right. Legal guarding position. How can you get any more legal guarding position than not moving?
He was, yeah. He was not moving. And after Pitney ran into him, he did move.
And even with that, you can be moving in a legal guarding position. If you're retreating, I mean, that old days of you have to be set, it's not true. But he wasn't even moving.
Yeah. Rochester's going to lose it out of bounds. It'll stay with Triton. As there was a mad scrum for it on the far side of the floor. And Brett Abbott knocked it out of bounds, and Triton going to keep possession. Johnson will come back into the game for the Trojans. And he'll replace Flinner. 3:52 to play first half, 24-9. Rochester trails here at home. And Yo with the inbounds pass, who hands off to Pitney. Now will work the point, top of the key. Works it to the right wing. Rochester in a 2-3 zone, extended out to the volleyball line. One dribble, down back door to Yo. Yo in the paint, gets some contact, rises up. The put back by Flinner is good. Yo mixed the shot, and Pitney comes back and puts it in for 2. Holland from 15 feet right side, no good. And Yo the rebound. Yo rips and runs. Behind his back dribble, he loses the handle, and Holland picks it up. Alec will bring it up the floor through the center circle. Now to Abbott in the corner to Deshaun. Zach Deshaun, cross-court pass to Holland. 3, right wing for the Zebras is good. And it's 26-12. Quickly, Triton on the other way.
All of Rochester's points as scorers have come on threes. 2 threes for Alec Holland and 1 3 for Zach Deshaun.
26-12. Triton with the basketball and the lead. Johnson in the paint. Johnson kicks it outside to Anderson. Wide open 3 left wing is good again. Might want to get somebody in that young man's face.
Well, they're in a zone. Triton's doing a really good job of passing to the middle, which is getting that zone to collapse and then kicking out. They're playing inside out.
And it helps that 6'6" has got it in the middle, can see over the top of that whole thing.
Yep.
2:35 to play. First half, 29-12. Triton leads. Middle school girls tonight as Anderson steals the basketball from Abbott. Anderson will go in, hits fouled, and he puts it in for 2. 31-12, and Anderson will go to the line to shoot 1 free throw. Middle school girls basketball tonight. 7th grade game. Rochester defeated Southwood 19-11. And after 1, I see the 8th grade up 13-0. Pitching a shutout.
Yeah, I like that. It's hard to lose if you don't give up any points.
At halftime, it's 24-2. Slackers.
Oh, by the way, Jordan Anderson has 17. Zebras have 12. He's got 17 of Triton's 31. He's got 5 threes. He just is up at the line for an and 1.
Free throw by Anderson is good. 32-12 coming up at halftime. Zebra wrestling coach Clint Gard got 1 going to state this weekend. Probably would have had 2 if it wasn't for an injury. Holland dumps off to Bennett, drives the baseline, jumper over Johnson's good, and a foul.
Gavin Bennett, Mr. and 1 here in recent games.
Yeah, right.
But that's a good sign. That means he's not only posting strong, but finishing through contact.
And that's his second, Johnson's second, so he's going to be replaced with 2:14 to play in the first half, and Bailey replaces him. 32-14. Gavin Bennett at the line to shoot 1 for the Zebras. Try to complete the 3-point play. No dribble for the senior. Fires a free throw, no good. And we're going to have an over-the-back call on, is that going to be on Knotts?
Yep.
Number 12, Knotts, his first team 6.
So we've got
Yep.
Knotts with 1, Zebras 6.
Yep. 2:10 to play. First half, 32-14 Triton. And Kreft through the center circle, works to the left wing, bounce pass to the elbow to Bailey. Bailey almost has it stolen from behind, gives down low to Yo, fakes a shot, rises up. He's fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. A.J. Notch just picked up his second foul, and Yo will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Trojans.
That's an and 1. Made the shot, correct?
Yeah, he made it, yep.
So Mason Yo
makes the free throw.
Now has 9.
2 to play in the first half, 35-14. Triton left wing to Knotts. Knotts top to Reinhold. Jordan with the basketball against Yo. Takes him to the elbow. Outside to Knotts. Knotts drives it right against Anderson. Now on the right elbow. Left wing pass to Deshaun. Now to Holland on the left side. Holland lob pass inbounds is tipped out of bounds by Bailey. It'll stay with Rochester baseline left.
That's one where you got to maybe make a bounce pass into Gavin, give him a chance, especially when he's got a bigger guy with his hands up. When you throw that lob that allows the Triton defender to knock it away, you maintain possession, but if he throws a nice bounce pass to Gavin, maybe he can drop step baseline and go strong.
There's
like
the bounce pass into Gavin. He loses it, and on a hustle play, tries to get it out to Knotts and threw it behind him and out of bounds to go back to Triton.
You know, I'm just really impressed with what Triton's doing offensively. Whether the Zebras are man or zone, it doesn't seem to phase the Triton offensive system. They just, okay, we're going to run this play and we're going to get this guy a good look. And
well, look, Stays, they're 13-6. There's a reason why they've beaten LaVille twice and beaten Plymouth, and you know they're a well-oiled machine.
But how good do those teams have to be? They've lost 6 games.
Yeah, right.
You know,
right.
So you know teams must have to be really good based on what we've seen tonight.
One of the losses was to Culver in the holiday tournament, I believe. That shot by Yo is blocked by Knotts. He gets the rebound and gives to Reinhold. Minute to play in the first half. Triton up 35-14. Reinhold is going to be fouled on the way to the basket. That'll be only the team's 4th with 57 seconds to play in the first half. The Zebras down by 21.
Well, that official just committed the sin of officiating. He looked up at the stands and somebody from Triton said something and gave him a smile, and I don't think you really want to do that.
Skin's getting thinner. He's been around the game a while. Knotts has it high on the right side. 54 seconds to play in the first half. Triton by 21. Bennett on the right elbow. Backs it out behind the three-point line with 45. Bounce pass to Deshaun. Zach Deshaun between the rings. Now in the center circle against the man-to-man defense. 40 seconds to play in the first half. Down low to Bennett. Bennett, great position, goes to the basket hard. It's good and a foul.
Good job, Gavin Bennett. Attempt at another and one. Foul is on 30.
Pretty good entry pass right there.
Yeah, you know, you'd be surprised at how many and ones you see when the pass is good.
Yeah.
Versus a guy trying to catch a bad pass and create something on his own.
Bennett makes the free throw, but I believe Rochester's going to commit a lane violation.
Well,
no, wait. What happened?
I think they called it.
Did they call it? Was the basket good? Why would they blow the whistle if the basket was good?
Well, it's the same guy was looking up in the stands.
Aha.
But, you know, with the outstanding officials we had in the JV game, it's tough to follow up those guys. I mean,
he's not listening.
He had 2 charges called in a JV game. How often do you see something like that?
Especially out of that one. 18 seconds.
That's a season total right there in one night.
Down to 12. Pass is picked off by Reinhold. Jordan with 7 seconds. Layup is no good. Gavin Bennett with a rebound. Out to Reinhold with 3. Reinhold pulls up for 2. The jumper no good at the buzzer. At halftime, Rochester trails Triton here at home, 35-17. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Our community is bustling with new energy and purpose. There are new opportunities on the horizon, new homes, new businesses, new infrastructure. Your local Fulton County Chamber of Commerce is part of a coalition spearheading new efforts to revitalize our community. Come explore our resources, our workshops, our networking events. Come see our new commitment to you and your business. The Fulton County Chamber of Commerce. Join or renew today. Join and succeed.
First up, Charles Dubois. Charles is being escorted by Mr. Dave Danhauser. His favorite subject, history, extracurricular activities, just Spain. And after graduation, Charles plans on working. Charles Dubois. Our next senior band member, Carissa Kyer, parents John Kyer and Justin Missy Smith. Favorite subject, band and art, extracurricular activities, truck and milking cows. Most memorable band moment, home to Purdue Band Day. After graduation, Triton is going into law enforcement. Carissa Dyer. Julia Loach. Parents of Jean Loach and Kathy Loach. Favorite subject, English. Extracurricular activities, volunteering at the Historical Museum. Most memorable band moment, putting on the uniform for the first time and playing halftime during the football season. After graduation, Julia plans on finishing her last year of community college. Julia Loach. Caleb Hutton. Parents, Chad and Dana Jernigan. Favorite subject, calculus. Extracurricular activities, not much, but he does work at Taco Bell. Most memorable band moment, marching in the Blueberry Parade. After graduation, Caleb will be attending Ball State, major in sports broadcasting and a minor in media journalism. Caleb Hutton. Connor Templeton, escorted by Mr. Adam Crawford. Favorite subject, calculus. Most memorable band moment, didn't have one. After graduation, Connor plans on attending Ball State University and will study in science. Dakota White Knight. Parents Don and Laura White Knight. Favorite subject, lunch. Extracurricular activities, track and field, try-out, and working. His most memorable band moment, Purdue Day, his freshman year. After graduation, Dakota plans on going to the military and going into the Navy. Dakota White Knight. A round of applause for our senior band members. Time out for our senior cheerleaders. Starting out with Alexis Agnew. Parents Jared and Amy Agnew. Favorite subject, biomed. Extracurricular activities include National Honor Society, Riley Games Marathon. Most memorable moment, flying in a backcut basket. After graduation, Alexis plans on attending IUPUI major in neonatal nursing and a minor in social psychology. Alexis Agnew. Austin Zielinski. Parents Brandon and Patrick Bilby. Zielinski. Okay, sorry. You knew I was going to butcher it down. Favorite subject, U.S. history. Extracurricular activities, football, track and field. Most memorable moment, cheerleading going to semi-state for girls basketball last year and this year at the regional. After graduation, Austin plans on attending Exeter College where he'll continue his career and study in nursing. Austin. Uriah Milner. Parents Robert Miller and Edward Stahl. Favorite subject, JAG, English 12, and econ. Extracurricular activities include cross-country and track. Most memorable volunteering when they performed at Grace and Ancilla. Uriah plans on attending Ancilla College where he'll continue to cheerlift and possibly run cross-country. His degree will be in criminal justice. Uriah Miller. Carol Morris. Parents of Bill and Susan Morris. Favorite subject, choir, extracurricular activities, triad, marathon, tennis, and National Honor Society. Most memorable cheerleading moment when stunt group got reunited. After graduation, she was planning on attending ITSW to major in music therapy. Carol Morris. McKenna Ritter. Parents Marcus Ritter and Mike and Kim Ford. Favorite subject, advanced nutrition and wellness. Extracurricular activities include National Honor Society and currently taking CAN class. Most memorable cheerleading moment, first game, McKenna cheered in 6th grade and she got railed by a referee. After graduation, McKenna plans on attending IUK and becoming a registered nurse. McKenna Ritter. Zoe Dexter. Parents Tom and Jessica Fulton. Favorite subject, calculus. Extracurricular activities include soccer, track, triad, come see her in the spring meet, and National Honor Society. Most memorable cheerleading moments when the All-Star group got reunited this season, or the time the stakeholders warned me that I was going to get kidnapped by the Army. After graduation, through principal attending ITF deputy major in chemistry and was with Carol. Happy senior night, she said. Zoe Chester. And our final senior, Brittany Walker. Parents Wayne and Angie Walker. Favorite subject, Biology. Extracurricular activities, National Honor Society, Youth Tech Ambassador, Student Council, O'Reilly Dance Marathon Committee, Varsity Club, Annual Work Meet at Kroger. Her most memorable cheerleading moment sophomore year was the best year of cheerleading. My favorite cheer moment was spending the last 5 years cheer with my best friend Alexis. After graduation, we plan on attending IUK and we'll wait in nursing and a minor in psychology. She wants to become a level 2 NICU nurse and work with animals. Our final team, Brittany Walker. Again, ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for our senior band and senior cheerleaders and leaders.
Represent Rochester very, very well, and he's going to do his best. And the winning or the losing will take care of itself.
What happens on Saturday? What happens the next match? Is there another match if he loses Friday night?
No, if he loses Friday night, you're done. The IHSA and all their infinite wisdom decides that the sport of wrestling, even though it's been happening this way for 50, 60 years at all levels, that we don't need wrestlebacks. So, yeah, if you can't tell, I'm a little bitter about that.
No.
But, yeah, if you lose Friday night, you don't get a chance to wrestle on Saturday. You have to win to be top 8. So, it is what it is. We'll go down and we'll do what we got to do, and we'll be ready to go by Friday. I can promise you that.
Well, we wish him nothing but the best. Wish you nothing but the best, and congratulations on a pretty good season. I know your kids grew a lot this year as men and as wrestlers, and I know that's the only thing you can ask for.
Absolutely. That's day number 1. That's the first thing we talk about, is just growing and being good kids and good students and good human beings and learning and taking lessons. And, every day there's an opportunity to learn a lesson through this sport.
Right on.
And, our kids have done a really good job, and we're looking forward to the next couple of years. We've got a great freshman group. Obviously, Dan Clark will be back, and we'll get him healthy, and he'll lead the way. He's got he'll have a shot at getting back to the state tournament. We've got to fill some gaps. We're losing 5 seniors this year, but we've got some kids from the middle school, and we'll recruit some kids, and hopefully we'll fill in some gaps, and we'll reach some goals that we're already setting for next year.
Clint, I appreciate your time here at halftime. Congratulations on a good year, and best of luck to you on Friday.
All right, thanks, Buzz. Appreciate it.
Zebra Wrestling coach Clint Gard, we appreciate him stopping by here at halftime. 35-17. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. Come back with the third quarter after this on 92.1 WROI.
First Federal Savings Bank is Rochester's only locally owned bank. Stop in today to start a new checking or savings account. Learn more about our online banking options or sign up for Go Green Checking, the checking account that pays you back every time you use your card. Stop in today to see why local banking is better banking. First Federal Savings Bank, serving Rochester and surrounding communities since 1966.
Back at Rochester High School as we start the third quarter. Triton throws up a three, misses it, but gets an offensive rebound, so they get the basketball back. Going to our left now, up 35-17. Here at Rochester. Stays some scores from around the area.
Yeah, Northfield 31, McConaughey 26 at half, Valley 27, Culver 23 at half.
Anderson for three.
Ooh, 21 for the young man. Lewis Cast 49, Caston 10, end of three. Penn 20, Plymouth 18 at half, and Marion 29, Oak Hill 29 or 39, Oak Hill 29 at half. Thanks to Val from Sentinel as always.
Bailey steals the basketball for Triton. Trojans push the other way. Outside to Yo for three. Good as it rattles in.
Zebras have been in the zone here to start the half, and Coach Reinhold's going to call timeout. May get out of it.
30-second timeout by the Zebras. You're listening to Rochester Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
Church? That's for women.
Church? That's for kids.
Liberty Baptist Church is a church for women and children, but it's also a church for men. The men of Liberty Baptist Church invite you to come, bring your family, and join us as we seek to serve our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ and study His Word, the Bible. I think you'll find a place where we can help you with your home, with your eternity, and with your family. Come give us a try.
Back at Rochester High School, 55 seconds gone in the third quarter. Triton now leads 41-17 thanks to 2 3-point bombs by the Trojans. Here comes a half-court trap. Over the top of the defense to Lee. Down low to Bennett. Rises up. Shot no good from point blank. Gets his own rebound. Puts it back up. No good, but a foul coming on Triton. I believe Johnson's going to pick up that foul. Regardless, is going to send Gavin Bennett back to the line to shoot two.
Good job by Gavin Bennett. Stick with it. You like for him to finish that first one, but stuck with it, continued to hang in there, and the foul is on Yo. That is his third, team's first. Gavin's going to go to the line. He got 7 in the first half to lead the Zebras. Alec Holland also has 6 as Gavin misses the first free throw.
After 3 at Southwood, Rochester Girls Middle School 8th grade game. The Lady Zebras lead 32-7. The 7th grade game went to Rochester 19-11. 6:50 to play, third quarter.
Zebras 3 for 6 from the free throw line.
I know that means nothing to anyone but me.
Probably because all the other parents are there.
Yes, that's probably right. 6 rebounds and 3 fouls tonight. Triton with it, going to our left. Backdoor to Johnson. Saves him going out of bounds and pushed out of bounds. And falls out of bounds thanks to the push, and Rochester going to get it back.
The Zebras did get out of the zone and will switch to man-to-man. Triton trying to execute a backdoor lob, and they probably did, except Brett kind of shoved him in the back a little bit, but no call. The Zebras play on.
6:20 to play in the third, 41-18. Bennett, wrapper. The
Nice
reverse
move.
layup is good.
That's a forgotten move.
Yeah.
You watch some black and white basketball video, you'll see that reverse move quite often. Not too much anymore.
Use the rim to kind of shield
Yep,
that shot.
You're right.
Kreft in the middle to Bailey. Bailey fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot two.
Could be either on Wilson or Gavin. Going to give it to Gavin. His second, team's first.
2 minutes gone here in the third quarter. Triton leading by 21, and Bailey, the 6'3 senior, at the line to shoot two for Triton. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. First half number stays for Rochester. First one is good, by the way, by Bailey.
Bailey's first points of the game. Alec Holland had 6, Gavin Bennett had 7, Zach Deshawn had 3, Ben Perez had 1. Leading scorer of the game from the first half was Jordan Anderson with 18.
Yeah.
He's got a 3 already, so he's got 21.
Bailey missed the second free throw. Wilson Lee grabs the board. Now Holland has it high on the left side. Top to Reinhold. Right side to Abbott. Back to Reinhold. In the lane to Lee. Bounce pass to Bennett on the baseline. He rises up. Shot blocked by Johnson. Picked up by Bailey. Now to Anderson. Anderson, no look pass to Johnson. His shot is no good, but a foul coming on Bennett. And that's going to be 3 on Gavin Bennett, and that's going to send Johnson to the line to shoot 2 for the Trojans.
You know, we see once again the start of the half, Zebras are in a zone. Triton comes out, moves the ball, gets 2 great looks from 3. Zebras call timeout, go to man, and now they're either driving to get the foul inside or they're posting up. So Triton has a pretty good idea of what they want to do regardless of the defense, executing very well tonight.
Johnson hits the first free throw. Jacob Nye, Ben and Brady Perez in. Alec Holland, Brett Abbott, and Gavin Bennett will come out for Rochester. 5:35 to play in the third quarter. Triton up by 23, and one more coming for Johnson. Second one is good again. High school guys basketball Friday night. Rochester guys on the road at Peru to battle the Tigers in a conference matchup.
Yeah, still weird getting used to that.
Yeah, right on. Brady Perez, baseline to Ben Perez. Over the top to Nye on the left wing. Down the left corner to Reinhold. Jordan, jump stop. Rises up from 10 feet. He puts it in for two. Is Peru the only game this year that the guys and the girls played at their place? That didn't happen the rest of the year, did it?
Right, because usually it's been offset.
I'm talking everybody, anybody.
Right, because usually the way it is, the boys play in one place, girls out, and it worked out with Mechanical because we went to Mechanical and the Mechanical boys came here.
Wilson Lee just fouled Kreft on the drive, and that's going to send Jarrett Kreft to the line to shoot two for Triton, who's up by 22.
Wilson's second, team's third.
First one is good. We'll have one more.
Kreft's first points of the game. All five starters have now scored for Triton.
One more coming for Kreft. Looking to push this lead back to 24. Eyes the second one, lets it fly. Nope. Offensive rebound to Johnson. Put back is good. Not sure exactly where he came from, Stays, but he came from a long way to grab that board.
He was in between two white shirts, neither of which blocked out, and he went around the backside. They stepped into the lane, and he went around the backside of the lane, and long rebound went right to him.
Brady Perez, outside left, now to Lee on the left wing. Lee drives inside the three-point line, now back to Reinhold. Jordan directs traffic top of the key to Lee. Lee bounce pass left side to Brady Perez. Brady Perez against the man-to-man defense to Lee. Wilson Lee stands in the volleyball line, left side of the floor. Now to Reinhold. Bounce pass right wing to Brady Perez. Down low to Ben Perez. Gives to Wilson Lee. Pull up 8-footers off the glass and good.
That's Wilson Lee's spot there. 7 to 10 feet. He's been automatic all year.
4:05 to play. Third quarter. 47-24 Triton. Triton with the basketball. Anderson high on the right side, down low to Johnson. The layup is no good. Nice entry pass. Johnson just couldn't finish that one, and Rochester with the rebound. Reinhold pushes to our right. Under 4 to play in the third. Rochester down by 23. Lee in the paint. Kicks out to Reinhold. Jordan drives the baseline. And his pass is out to Lee near the timeline against Pitney in the man-to-man defense. Picks up a dribble down an eye. Now to Reinhold. Reinhold right side against Anderson. Look out. Reinhold holds. Drives it left. In the paint. Wraparound pass is tipped away and stolen by Triton.
It's one where Jordan kind of overpassed. I think you like to finish if you're that deep.
Yeah,
he was within 2 feet. I mean, that's, we've had that some too. It's nice to be unselfish, but you're right there. I mean, he's not going to get a better shot than where you're at, already up in the air. So he'll learn that as he's going along. It's nice to see him get back to driving that middle. For a while there in the season, he kind of stopped doing that. It's nice to see him be aggressive, just like him, to finish that shot.
Wilson Lee commits a foul. Anderson to the line to shoot two for Triton. And he misses the first one.
He's too close to the basket.
That's
He's been
right.
raining threes.
Martin back into the game, and coming out is Kreft. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. 3:24 to play in the third. Triton up 47-24. And one more coming for Anderson. Jordan Anderson eyes the second one and lets it fly, and this one's good. 48-24, Triton.
22 for Anderson.
Nye high on the left side. 2-3 zone.
1-3-1.
2, okay. Nye has a pass deflected. Reinhold there to pick it up. No look pass to Ben Perez. And his pass is knocked away. Out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by Rochester. Yep, it'll go back to Triton.
Just one of those things where, Rochester there too. Ben thinks Brady's going to be open, but by the time he makes that decision, Triton's so quick they recovered and they closed that gap and were able to knock it off on Brady's leg and maintain possession for Triton.
Here's the neat thing about Triton Stays. Yeah, they probably lose a little bit, but they don't lose a whole lot when they go to the bench.
Right. They've got good athletes, but they've also got a pretty good system. And everybody that steps on the floor, kind of interchangeable parts. I don't think they have to change their game based on who's in the game.
Yeah.
They can keep running the same stuff. Maybe none of their guards off the bench are obviously as good as Anderson, but their bigs are kind of interchangeable, and their guards, operate in their system very well and know what they're doing and try to get each other open and try to get good shots. They're very unselfish, and they work to get each other open too.
Lob pass comes into Pitney in the right elbow. Hands off to Martin. Dribbles top of the key, left side to Johnson. Johnson looking down low to Pitney, but has Anderson top of the key. 3 straightaways short. And the rebound again to Flinner. His put back on the way is high off the glass, no good. And Anderson comes out of there with the board. Anderson steps back behind the three-point line. Down to Johnson. Goes to the basket, fouled on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. And I believe Wilson Lee just picked up foul number 4.
Yes, he did. Team's 4th as well.
Once again, Triton with 3 or 4 opportunities on the trip. That was the 3rd rebound, I believe, on that trip for Flinner.
Right.
Johnson at the line to shoot 2 for Triton with 2:25 to play in the 3rd. Johnson's first one is no good, 6-6, and that's a pretty soft shot.
Johnson
Eads.
now has double figure. He missed that one, but before that, his last 2 points, he made double figures. He's got 10. So Triton has Anderson with 22, Yo with 12, and Johnson with 10.
Zach Deshawn back into the game, and Wilson Lee with 4 fouls will come out. Johnson's second one on the way is good again for the junior. Good this time, I should say. And Motts comes in for him. 2:26 to play in the 3rd quarter. 49-24. Triton, Rochester the basketball going to our right. Reinhold across the timeline. Now to his right, bounce pass high on the right side to Knotts. Knotts dribbles to his left, now switches directions, now back to the right. Ball picked off, he gets a loose basketball back, and now we're going to have a foul on the reach in by Triton. It'll be out of bounds to Rochester with 2:10 to play in the 3rd quarter. Rochester has 5 team fouls. That's Triton's first to make that second of the half. Deshawn will trigger it in right in front of his own bench. Gets it into Knotts near the timeline.
Zebras don't really have a post player on the floor. If you look at this lineup, they're basically going 5 guards. Triton, for the most part, is as well.
Knotts picks up his dribble right before the 5-second count, high on the left side to Nye. Near side to Deshawn. Alec Holland will come back into the game for the Zebras, as will Brett Abbott. High on the left side to Nye, now in the corner to Brady Perez. Brady over the top of the defense to Deshawn, down low to Knotts. His jumper from 5 feet is good.
Good ball movement by the Zebras to move against the zone. Deshawn could have had a good look. He makes an extra pass to A.J. Knotts for a great look.
Yeah. Eads to Pitney. Near side to Martin. Martin gets a screen, works to the right. Now top of the key to Eads. Now to Pitney high on the right side. Pitney drives in the paint. Goes to the basket. Layup is good. Drove right around. The guy defended him. He goes right to the basket for 2, and it's 51-26. Reinhold, jumper to Nye. 3 is blocked by Pitney out of bounds. It'll stay with Rochester. Abbott and Holland back in. Coming out will be Brady Perez and Jordan Reinhold.
This Pitney kid's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Driving, playing defense, setting people up.
He's not even the first one off the bench, or he wasn't tonight anyway.
Yeah.
Lob pass comes into Holland. Just
looks class as Pitney.
Junior.
Oh.
Abbott's jumper no good. Put back by Knotts is good. That's his 4th point. Is A.J. Knotts might be the biggest, highest scoring game of the year for him.
I'd say that might be a safe bet.
Yep. Eads to Pitney with 45. Pitney holds, drives around to Deshawn, gives him the corner to Flinner. He loses the handle. Ball loose on the floor. We're going to have a scrum for it, and we're finally going to tie it up. Rochester will get it back on the Triton turnover with 37 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Triton up 51-28. And back into the game is Lee and Bennett. Coming out is Deshawn and Nye. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman. 3rd quarter coming to an end here at Rochester High School.
Zebras finishing the quarter here with the all-senior lineup once again.
Let's hope Wilson can make it to the 4th quarter.
Yes.
Holland in the center circle, high on the near side to Abbott. Back to Holland with 24. Alec, a couple of dribbles to the left wing, now to Knotts with 20. A.J. to Bennett with, make that to Abbott with 15. His leaner on the way is no good. Gavin Bennett with the rebound to put back, good, and a foul.
Mr. And One, I think that's the new nickname. I think we're just going to start calling him Mr. And One.
We've used that a couple of times tonight.
Yeah.
14 seconds to play in the 3rd quarter. Rochester down by 21. Bennett at the line to shoot 1 for the Zebras. First one for the seniors, short, and the rebound to Pitney.
Bennett
12
now
seconds.
has 12. First in doubles for the Zebras.
Okay. Flinner with 6, left wing against Holland. Dribbles to his right with 4. Gives him the corner to Pitney with 2. 3 at the buzzer is no good. After 3, Triton leads 51-30. You're listening to Zebra Basketball, 92.1 WROI.
There was an old woman who lived in a shoe. When her kids slowed down her bandwidth, she knew what to do. She called RTC and asked for a hand. That's when she learned about RTC Broadband. She told them her location and preferred bandwidth speed. RTC made her a package that best met her needs. Now she and her children all log in carefree, all thanks to broadband from RTC. What internet speed is right for you? Call RTC today and learn more about RTC Broadband.
Fourth and final quarter we go here on senior night. Rochester Zebras trail Triton 51-30. And Triton will have the basketball first, going to our left in the quarter. Rochester will send out all 5 seniors. Bennett, Knotts, Wilson Lee, Alec Holland, and Brett Abbott for the Zebras. Tony Stasiak, I'm David Musselman.
Nice to get, down 21. Not sure it's going to happen tonight, but nice to get the seniors on the floor. Last time, there's more games left, but last time at home, get them a chance to play on this floor together for maybe a few extended minutes here, see what they can do.
A.J. Knotts rips the ball away from Yo, and Rochester with it going to our right, down by 21. 20 seconds gone in the final quarter. Lee against the man-to-man defense and Bailey. One dribble to his left, now passes to Bennett on the left wing. Gavin a couple of dribbles to his right, now in the paint. Backs his way and out to Knotts, left side to Abbott. Brett Abbott drives the paint, down low to Lee. Lee rises up, having a shot block, and gets his own rebound. In the right corner now against Bailey. Looks back door to Holland. Alec against Johnson. Through the traffic to Bennett. Bennett in the lane, rises up against Johnson, puts it high off the glass, no good. And the basketball is knocked out of bounds. Oh, no, they missed it.
Yeah.
Basketball was off of Johnson, out of bounds, and it's going to go back to Triton because they said it was last touch by Bennett.
A shot discourages as good as a shot blocked. And after he blocked the first one, I think he discouraged the next 2 guys. So he only gets credit for 1 block shot, but I believe the big man actually discouraged the next 2 after that.
Minute gone, 51-30. Triton with the basketball in the lead. Kreft looks back door to who had him, to Yo. To Johnson has it now. Jump pass to Yo. Right wing, thought about a 3, passes it up. Works around the screen on the give and go. Johnson layup is good. Nice pick and roll by Johnson and Yo. Yep. Johnson put it in for 2. It's 53-30.
Done a nice job executing that several times tonight.
Holland goes to the basket hard. His pass tipped away and stolen by Johnson. Johnson gives to Yo. Triton pushes up by 23, going to our left hard. Yo, right wing, outside to Kreft. He goes to the basket. His layup is off the glass and good. 55-30. 2 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Peru on Friday night, conference play. Holland, long 3, left wing, good for the Zebras.
9 for Alec on 3 threes, knocking on the door, double figures.
55-33, 5:20 to play in the basketball game. Yo, high on the left side, Rochester back in that 2-3 zone. Now to Anderson, who's had a big night for the Triton Trojans. To Yo, look at the 3, passes it up, drives, and on the drive, he's fouled by Wilson Lee, and I believe he's done.
Well, the senior 5 lasted a couple minutes here. Wilson's going to foul out. Well-deserved hand. Young man, statistic-wise, not going to be amongst the great players in Rochester basketball history, but in terms of what the effort he gave and the talent that he had, you need program kids that show up, work hard, play good defense, are good teammates, are unselfish, don't necessarily care about stats. Just a really good representative of Rochester's Wilson Lee.
I agree. So 5.5 to play in the fourth. Anderson for 3, nope. Bennett with a rebound. 22-point lead right now for the Trojans as Abbott pushes down the floor, comes to a jump stop in the paint, rises up, shot over Johnson is good.
Brett's first two. Good to see him on the board on senior night.
Lead is down to 20.
All the seniors have now scored.
Johnson travels, no call, out to Anderson. Right side to Yo. Yo jump pass to Pitney. Quickly to Kreft. 3 left baseline is short. Pitney another rebound. The putback is good. I like him.
Yep.
I like him.
Yep.
57-35. Under 5 to play in the game. Holland looks at the 3, passes it up, and then has his pass knocked out of bounds by Pitney. It'll stay with the Zebras baseline left.
You know, I know they've already lost to Argus, but I'd say this Triton team, you got that sectional of South Central, Argus, Culver.
That's a good sectional.
I mean, good sectional. But who? North Miami. Oh, that's right. North Miami boys are in the sectional. So, yeah, I mean, I think they've got Argus, Culver, Triton. I think those 3 teams. Thanks, Val. OD is the defending sectional champion in that group.
Pass is picked off by Pitney. Gives to Yo. Yo left side of the floor. Accelerates. Goes to the basket. Foul on the shot. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. A.J. Knox picks up the foul. And Mason Yo will go to the line to shoot 2 for the Trojans with 4.5 to play in the game.
Knox's third. Update of a score. Cass 67. Caston 14 final. Valley 41. Culver 38. End of the third quarter. Looks like AJ kind of landed on that wrist on that foul.
Yeah, he's hurting.
Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
He's holding it and walking around and hoping to get into the game. He's hurting.
Yeah.
Substitution number 2, 9 for the Zebras.
And he'll go straight to the locker room.
Christina Hughes, our excellent trainer.
She has been busy, hasn't she, lately?
How about all year?
Jeez, ow.
Haven't seen anything like it in 21 years combined.
Yo leaves the first one short. He'll have one more. 4.5 to play in the game. 57-35 Triton. One more coming for the senior Mason Yo. Yo, right-handed free throw on the way. Second one's no good again. There's Johnson with the rebound. Gives to Yo. Layup is good. 59-35. Another offensive board for Triton. Abbott from 10 feet off the glass. Nope. Johnson grabs another board. He gives to Kreft. He pushes to the left. Kreft middle of the floor. His shot off the glass, no good. The follow by Johnson's no good. And Bennett with the rebound. Once again, Triton point blank couldn't get that one to fall.
And attacking the boards very aggressively still. You know, they're driving the basket and still trying to crash the boards.
Reinhold with 3 on the right wing is an air ball, but there's Nye to pick up the basketball. Down low to Bennett. Bennett rises up. He puts it in for 2. Gavin Bennett off the window. He's got 2 more.
14 for the game.
3:40 to play in the game. Quickly to Yo on the right wing. Yo looks back door to Pitney, but there's Anderson. Loses the basketball on the way up. Reinhold grabs the basketball. Now over the top to Abbott. Brett works to the right wing. Now the right elbow. He loses that ball. Ball loose on the floor. There's a scramble for it. There's Bennett, of course it is. Gavin Bennett saves the day and picks up the loose basketball. He's got a motor that just doesn't quit.
He does. I mean, just outworking post players. That time he outfought guards on the floor to get the ball. First one, a loose ball.
Alec Holland fouled on the shot. He goes to the basket hard. And that's going to be Johnson's foul, and Alec will go to the line to shoot 2.
Like I said, Alex got 9. Makes this free throw, hits double figures.
Give me the totals, if you could, real quick, of Triton as they're getting ready to make a line change. As Flinner and Martin and Eads and Motts comes back in, and all the starters for Triton are done.
Anderson's got 22. Yo has 14. Johnson has 13. Dalton Bailey has 1, and Kreft have 3.
Holland makes both to make it a 59-39 game.
Now with 11.
3:15 to play in the game. Rochester in a zone defense. Eads loses the basketball. Abbott has it. Pushes for the Zebras. 3 minutes to play. Abbott goes to the basket. Shot no good. Rebound to Bennett. Gavin Bennett then is going to lose it out of bounds. Get it back to Triton. Coach Reinhold will send him Leon Leininger for the first time tonight, and Ben and Brady Perez comes back.
Looks like the Zebras seniors are coming out.
Gavin Bennett is done. Alec Holland is done. 2:54 to play in the game. 59-39. Triton with a lead in the basketball.
Like I said, you've got, Gavin Bennett, just the heart and the motor that he's had to battle all year. Like I said, most improved player coming in from the start of the year since the year began. And can't say enough about what Alec Holland has gutted out with that knee all year long.
Pitney for three. Seeing doubles yet?
He's got 9.
Reinhold over the top to Leininger. Liam a couple of dribbles his left and picks up the basketball. High on the left side to Leininger, now to Reinhold. Jordan drives, jump stop. Leaner on the way with the defense is good.
You don't want to leave Brett Abbott out of that either because, with that, awful injury he suffered at the beginning of football season, I mean, that just zapped. He's just not, I know he's back, but he's just not the same player he was, and unfortunately robbed him of his strength and athleticism. Makes him a good basketball player, but still proud of the effort he's been able to give the Zebra basketball team this year as well.
Motts misses 2 point-blank shots. Reinhold with a rebound. Speaking of football, down to Ben Perez. Layup on the way is no good, but we're going to have a blocking foul on Pitney, and Ben Perez will go to the line to shoot 2, maybe. He's holding his left knee. He gets up, though.
Thought you were going to want to talk baseball. Pitchers and catchers report this week. Cubs pitchers and catchers are Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wasn't really going to talk about football, but just kind of talk about the broadcast of football coming up this fall. You've already committed.
I've been committed?
Yes, you've been committed for a while.
Ben makes free throw.
Ben Perez with one more freebie for the Zebras. It's 62-42 with 1:50 to play in the game. Congratulations to the 8th grade girls. They won tonight, 36-15. Second one, no good.
Let's see. They have, I believe they have a home game Thursday, and then their conference tournament starts next week, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yep. Actually, Stays, I think it's a Thursday, Tuesday. No, you're right. Yeah. Tuesday is the conference game.
Which is also a home game.
Yes. That's a 6 o'clock 7th grade start, by the way, next Tuesday. A 5:30 7th grade start on Thursday. Minute 20. Triton with the basketball in a 62-42 lead. Martin kicks it out to Eads. His float in the lane is no good. Gets his own rebound. Loses the basketball on the floor. Actually, we're going to have a reach in on Rochester, and Eads will go to the line to shoot one in the bonus with 70 seconds to play in the game.
2 things I did today. Haven't done in a long time.
Tell me.
Took a nap.
Scott Van Pelt, okay.
And turned on the MLB Network for the first time in a long time. It's just kind of stay away from it until now there's.
Well, not like you had any time to do it anyway.
I know. But helps kind of with the transition. It's being a Cubs fan, hope springs eternal.
They're predicted to win the Central, by the way.
They're predicted to win a lot more than the Central.
Reinhold for 3 is short, and the rebound tipped around. Brady Perez comes out of there with it. He'll take the 18-footer top of the key. No good. And Triton knocks the rebound out of bounds. It'll stay with Rochester with 48 seconds to play in the game. I wish I was reporting with them. I'm tired of the weather.
And it hasn't
and I
been
understand
that
it
bad.
could be. Yes, I was going to say I understand it could be a lot worse, but I'm just tired.
First spring training games start March 1st. For those who are curious. So
Reinhold for 3, left wing with 39. Nope. Ben Perez with the rebound. Ben out to Leininger. To Brady Perez. Down low to Reinhold. Jordan over Motts. Jumper, nope. Motts with the rebound.
I guess this is your coming attractions look at Zebras of next year. Not a senior on the floor. You got freshman Brady Perez with Reinhold, Leininger,
and
Nye and Ben Perez.
Yep. A couple of seniors next year will be Nye and Ben Perez.
Yeah.
I like Brady Perez.
I mean, Zach Deshawn's had a great second half of the year, both JV and varsity.
Jacob Nye had 23 tonight in the JV game. They won tonight by 10, 61-51. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and that'll do it here at Rochester. Triton defeats the Zebras 62-42 on senior night. Post-game show coming up next on 92.1 WROI.
The Culver game, 6 o'clock.
Back at Rochester High School, the final tonight, the Rochester Zebras fall to Triton on senior night, 62-42. And Stays, you have post-game numbers.
Yep, first for the Triton Trojans, leading scorer in the game, leading all scorers, Jordan Anderson, 22 points, excellent game. 22 points, hit 6 threes, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. Jarrett Kraft had 3 points. Mason Yao had 14 points. Dalton Bailey had a point. Grant Johnson had 13 points. And off the bench, the only scoring they had off the bench was Zachary Pitney, but we were awfully impressed with his all-around game.
Yep.
He had 9 points. Triton hit 8 threes. 6 of them were by Anderson, 1 each from Yao and Pitney. About the only negative in Triton's game, 8 of 16 from the free throw line. You look at the tournament time, that's got to be better.
Right.
If you want to go far in the tournament. They had 62 points. For your Rochester Zebras, led in scoring by Gavin Bennett. He had 14 points, 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Alec Holland had 11 points. He had 3 threes, was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. 2 points for Brett Abbott, 4 points for A.J. Knotts, 2 points for Wilson Lee. All 5 seniors started, all 5 seniors scored. Jordan Reinhold had 4 points. Zach Deshawn had a 3 for his only 3. Ben Perez, 2 for 4 from the free throw line for his 2 points. Zebras, 6 of 10 from the free throw line, which is a lot better than it's about their last 3 games total combined from the free throw line in terms of attempts. Knocked down 4 threes. Again, 3 from Howland, 1 from Deshawn. Zebras end up with 42 points.
The JV game tonight went to Rochester over Triton, 61-51. Jacob Nye with 23 and Zach Deshawn with 15. Well, Rochester slips to 4-16 overall. Triton improves to 14-6 overall. Rochester's next game will be on Friday night as they will travel to Peru to battle the Tigers. That's a 6:15 JV start, and we'll come on the air sometime around 7:30ish on Friday night.
Depending on when we get away from the hospitality room.
Yeah, I think they do have closed captioning TV in there.
So we could stay in the hospitality room
and call
watch
the game.
it on TV and call it.
Yes.
Okay.
It's a possibility.
Right.
We better practice that because that's what we will be doing at Manchester.
Yes.
In the sectional.
That is one thing. We will be well fed from here on out.
Yes.
One way or another, starting with Friday night and then the sectional. They will take care of us. And that's good.
On Saturday, the guys will play Culver Academy here. That's a 6 o'clock start now. That used to be a 2 o'clock start, I believe, JV time. But they've moved it back because both teams obviously have an open night. So they will play that game on Saturday night at 6 o'clock for the JV's start. And then Tuesday night, Rochester will